Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So this is a revision class for I and E. Okay, the section which is going to be tested in CMAT this year, and we have already had multiple sessions. I have taken some. Srinivas sir has taken some. So this is a sort of like a quick question answer session. Okay, not a theoretical one. We have taken some theoretical sessions also. This is about question answers. Okay, so let's have a quiz sort of thing. So that gives you a perspective of type of questions that you can expect. Okay, and just for your knowledge. Okay, so just 3 days left for the examination. One thing which I've been wondering and everyone is asking is about the admit cards. Okay, so no news about the admit cards till now. I don't know why are they delaying it thus far, because you have just 3 days left for the examination and no news of admit card, isn't it? So yeah, so let's see that if they declare it today, or uh, it should have been declared 1 or 2 days back, but no news of this. So don't worry about that. At least they have given the city so that you know that which city your center is going to be located. So please do reach that city in advance. Okay, in case if it is in a different city. So on 9th of April, when we have the examination, we shall be doing the live analysis of the exam at 9 p.m. In which we will be discussing the question paper pattern, the expected cutoff, difficulty level, etc. So do watch this session on 9th of April. Okay, so let us start with the question. Here's the first question. Who among the following businessmen is the author of the book It Happened in India? Ratan Tata, Azim Premji, Uday Kotak, Kishore Biyani. So this could, like last year, they had asked about biography of Tata. Okay, so they could possibly ask like some books and books related to these businessmen, or books written by these people. Okay, so who is the author of this book called It Happened in India? Has anyone read this book? So It Happened in India is by Kishore Biyani, right? He is of CEO of Future Group. So he mentions all about his businesses like Pantaloons, Big Bazaar, and all these the retail businesses, right? So he's one of the top businessmen when it comes to retail business in India. Okay, so he's the CEO of Future Group, written this book. Uh, it happened in India, and here he explains about different activities that happened in the retail businesses, major events that happened in retail businesses in India. Here's a story of that. Which of these fintech firms acquired India's earliest payment gateway, BillDesk, for $4.7 billion? So big acquisition. Which of these acquired BillDesk? So BillDesk, when you like fill some forms and all, right, you get this BillDesk, the payment gateway they show, right? So which of these has acquired BillDesk? Razorpay, PayU, BharatPay, or Pine Labs? So different answers. Okay, so most of you are saying Razor Pay or Bharat Pay. No, it is PayU. Okay, it is PayU, not Razor Pay, not Bharat Pay. PayU acquired BillDesk. So for a big amount, 4.7 billion is a big number, isn't it? Who patented the idea of dynamite? Very easy question, which you should know. Famous invention. Dynamite. Alfred Nobel, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Niels Bohr patented the idea. You understand patent, right? So when you come up with an idea, like some technology or any such thing which you believe that this can be produced that way. Okay? And that person later repented for it. He patented it, but later uh, he repented that he he came up with some destructive idea which could destroy the world. Okay, so that is Alfred Nobel. Okay, so later on Nobel prizes uh, were named after him. Okay, so he was the one who gave that idea of dynamite. A combination of multiple business entities operating entirely different industries under one corporate group is called what? A group of multiple businesses under one single business, like if you have different industries operating under one business group, what is that called? I'm sure you must have heard this term. Like for example, Tata. Okay, so Tata has different businesses, right? It sells from salt to cars, okay, trucks, different sort of businesses. Reliance, right? Reliance, it is in telecom as well, it is in retail as well, different businesses. So all these are called what? So whenever you have like these multiple businesses operating under a single corporate group, that is called a conglomerate. Okay, so there are some companies which are industry specific. Let us say some automobile companies which will manufacture only automobiles. But there are certain companies that are into different industries, and that business group as a whole is called a conglomerate. Okay, Postpay is a buy now pay later platform of which company? And this was in news as well. There were legal concerns regarding this. Postpay. I was saying credit, it's not credit, it's by Bharat Pay. Okay, so that's a buy now pay later thing. And phone pay filed a case against them, right? We talked about the trademark and all, right? So they said that that pay word is our trademark, but Bombay High Court declined the fact that this pay word, pay, is not a trademark. There it is not a registered trademark, right? So if a trademark is registered, then no one else can use it. So they said that they are using this pay word, pe, in their product, which is like, but they rejected the case that that is not a registered trademark. Okay, a high net worth individual who funds startups at the early stages, often with their own money, is called. So if a rich person funds a startup at the very early stage. What is that person called? I&E is not 100% business awareness. Some of it is business awareness, some of it is current affairs, and some of it is about. Last year they had passage also in both the slots. So a high net worth individual, that means a person who has enough money, okay, and invest in different startups at very early stage. Those are called angel investors. Okay, कहीं ऑप्शन में एग्जाम में आएगी शार्क, तो शार्क मत मार्क कर देगा जाना, ठीक है. Maybe they ask, they give an option shark. So do not mark shark as the answer. That is just a that is just a program that has been created. Okay, and it is copied from US. Okay, so those are called angel investors. How much amount did the Tata Group bid to acquire Air India? So it was a very famous acquisition. This thing, because it returned to them. Like earlier, it used to be part of Tata Group, then government uh, like took over from them, and now it is back. Angel and seed investor. Seed investor ऐसे कोई term नहीं होता. Seed investor, seed is a type of investment. That is the first kind of investment, the official investment that you get. So the deal was of 18,000 crores. Okay, this deal was of 18,000 crores to acquire Air India. Okay, so something from invention. Wilbur and Orville Wright, the Wright brothers, known for that making this first aircraft, they belong to which country? So, do you read about famous inventions across the world? Wilbur and Orville Wrights, Wright brothers. France, Germany, US, England. You must have just heard their name, right? Not knowing their nationality. So they are American. They were American brothers. Okay, both were American, and they are credited with. Although there is a controversy that some people give their own theories that there were some other people who had developed, but those are the guys who patented, right? That is why patent is important. Okay, so if you patent something, if someone else claims, like if there is no patented thing, then no one can claim it. And that's the reason people patent things. You must have read stories that some people mention, no, it happened there, like this was not the first time this happened and all. Mudra is a wholly owned subsidiary of which of these organizations? Mudra, right? Mudra is a government scheme, right? It's a Mudra bank, they call it, micro units development and refinance agency. It's a subsidiary of which of these organizations? RBI, NABARD, NHB, SIDBI. Completely owned, okay, 100% stake. Wholly owned means 100% stake of it. Okay, so I'm saying NABARD, RBI, different, right? It is SIDBI. Okay, Small Industrial Development Bank of India. So SIDBI owns this Mudra Bank, right? So it is a part of SIDBI. So know this is important. Okay, know about the different government schemes related to startups, like funding of startups and all. And this is a very important scheme, like Mudra scheme. Okay, इसके read about the things also कि कितना पैसा दे सकते हैं and all. Which group has acquired 40% stake in designer Manish Malhotra's Styles? Okay, so some people are saying admit cards are out. Okay, fine. Right, you can check the admit card later. Right, it is not going to change. Okay, so just be patient. So which group acquired 40% stake in Manish Malhotra's Styles? Okay, yes, Reliance is the right answer. Reliance took 40% stake in Styles. What is the maximum grant aid capital of Atal Incubation Centers? Right, again a government initiative. Incubation centers are basically like, so we discussed about accelerators and incubators. Incubators are organizations that support innovation and help in a growth of a startup, right? And accelerator is for something that already has started, right? Something which has begun, it wants to grow fast. Incubation is basically it promotes mainly research activities, right? That you come up with some new idea, and then so it starts from the idea stage itself. But accelerator is like company is already running, but it wants to grow. So what is the maximum capital aid, that is help, that can be given under Atal Incubation Centers? And this is an important scheme of Government of India for startups. So that is 10 crores. Okay, maximum you can give for 10 crores for 5 years. Okay, that is the period. So for that you can the government can aid you with 10 crores. So you have to use within that. Okay. Which of these is not a quality of an entrepreneur? Right, so you will get these type of questions also. Last year there were some simple ones, right, which is like which require common sense. You do not have to know anything, it just requires common sense. Last year also they had some questions which were of this type कि जो कोई भी आंसर कर सकता है. So which is not a characteristic of an entrepreneur? Okay, so creativity, self-motivation, rigidity, and risk inclination, right? So an entrepreneur is creative, right? Keeps thinking of new ideas. He's self-motivated. Okay, you need motivation to start something, isn't it? Like otherwise, people are just happy with working where they are, right? The entrepreneurs are the ones who feel the motivation that okay, they want to start something and they work for it, right? Then risk inclination, yes, they do take risks, right? You hear of a lot of people giving their high paying jobs and then they take risks and come up with some industries. And then rigidity is something which is not a quality. Rigidity means that you do not have like you are very so an entrepreneur must be flexible, open to accepting suggestions in the business and all, and so one should not be rigid in his approach. Which of the following launched Sarthi mobile app on investor education? So Sarthi mobile app on investor education. So that is by SEBI, right? Security Exchange Board of India. Okay, SEBI controls all these like investment sector. Okay, this investment in stocks and all. So SEBI is that. A startup that does not take funding is called what? A startup that does not take a funding is called what? Yes, bootstrapped is the right answer. Right? Bootstrapped is something which in which the person uses his own money to start a startup. Okay, that's a term for bootstrapped startup. Okay. Which firm is going to acquire the gaming giant Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion? Okay, so one of the biggest acquisitions in the history of this sector, gaming sector. Which of these is going to acquire Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion? Microsoft, Apple, Sony, or Tencent? So it is Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft is going to acquire it. Okay, so if you are enjoying this session, please do like the session. Which of these can be an entry barrier for a telecom company in India? Entry barriers. Okay, so when someone starts a business, there are certain issues, right? You cannot simply start some business. There are some like things which can cause entry barrier. Okay, which of these can be an entry barrier in telecom industry? Okay, so government regulations is definitely we have an organization by the name TRI, right? So it has regulations. So there is an entry barrier. Not everyone can start, right? Then of course distribution channels is a big thing, isn't it? So you that is like telecom. If you have to sell SIMs and all over the country. So you need distribution channels, right? Now those Shark Tank India people will say we will give you distribution channels, right? That is not an easy thing to do. Distribution channels is a very big challenge. Okay, then you need capital. You need very huge capital investment. right? You see that all those telecom companies which existed also in the past, they had big capital with them. So all of them are required, right? So these are all entry barriers. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so you can possibly get this question also, right? A logo-based question, right? So we had this innovation in which we talked about this trademark. Okay, we talked about trademark, so you can have a question from logo also. And in the past, there have been questions in other examinations in which they ask logos. Okay, so identify the automotive company from its logo. I'm sure you should be able to identify it easily. Okay, so that is Mahindra, right? So this is easily identifiable. Invention of cloud technology is an example of which kind of innovation? So we discussed this matrix, right? Like if this is product and this is market, if it is existing, or if it is new. So we have four kinds, right? If it is existing market and this, that is incremental. Okay, if it is existing product in new market, that is architectural, right? If a new product in this is disruptive, and this is you call it radical innovation. Okay, so if we talk about cloud technology, right? Cloud technology is something that technology was the first time, okay, and there was no existing market also, right? That was a different thing altogether, isn't it? Cloud computing is what, like you can share things over cloud, right? So that did not exist, so that is an example of radical innovation. If a market does not exist and you come up with a new product, so that is called a radical innovation. Okay, after starting instant delivery service, which firm rebranded itself as Blinkit? After starting this instant delivery service, which of these firms has rebranded itself? So which of these firms name has been changed to Blinkit? So Blinkit is Grofers. Okay, so Grofers started this 10-minute delivery thing, and now they are called Blinkit. That's the new name. Okay, now you do not see the word Grofers. Who is the first Indian business tycoon to join the Giving Pledge? Do you know what is the Giving Pledge? The giving pledge. A tycoon, business tycoon is like a tycoon is it is like a great businessman. I mean a big businessman, right? Who has billions of worth. Who is that first Indian businessman to join the Giving Pledge? So the Giving Pledge, I'll just give you a brief about it. It was started by these two people, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Okay, somewhere I think in 2013 or 14, some years back, it was started by them. So it is like these like rich people that pledge to donate their most of their wealth. Okay, so these people pledge that these rich people, they say that they will donate most of their wealth for the social welfare, right? So the first Indian to join this is Azim Premji. Okay, so he already has donated a lot of his income, right? The exclusive and assignable legal right given to the originator for a fixed number of years to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, or musical material is called. So the definition is given to us, right? We have to tell that what is it. Trademark, copyright, patent, consortium. So that is called a copyright. So whenever it is related to all this art, literature, music, etc., that right is called copyright. Okay, patent is basically for some idea or technology, and trademark is for some logo kind of thing of a brand. Okay, but if it is like some art, literature work for a person, mostly for an individual, or it could be from some brand also, right? That is called a copyright. Startup India initiative was launched in which year? Consortium is it's a random word not related to this. Consortium is basically like a group of institutions, right? That pool their resources together for some activity, right? Let us say, like generally it happens in CAT. You have individual IMs that conduct CAT. Let us say you have those cap round, right? In your IMs, new IMs have a cap round. So that is a consortium. So those all new IMs join together, they group together and work on that activity. So that is called consortium, not related to any of these terms. So Startup India was launched in the year 2016. The initial set of users of a product or technology are called what? Initial set of users of a product or technology. So we talked about this disruption of innovation. And I gave you that curve also, that how it starts, who are the first people, and then how it proceeds. So the first, these people are called innovators. Okay, initially the people are innovators. Then you have early adopters. Okay, then we have early majority, then late majority, and then in the end we have laggards. And so these are the last set of people who use that. So innovators are 2.5% of the curve. These are 13.5%. These are 34%. So this total reaches to 50, then 34%, and laggards are 16%. Okay, so percentage may not be asked. Maybe they will ask the ones who are the starting ones and the last ones. Who acquired Neelanchal Ispat Limited for 12,100 crore? So which group acquired Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited? That is Tata Group. Okay, Tata Steel, that will add to their business. Quicker is a free classifieds and online marketplace that helps users to sell, buy, or rent stuff from other people. What kind of business model does it have? What is the business model of Quicker? So is it D2C, B2C, C2C, B2B? You must have heard that Quicker, right? People selling their old used items to others, right? So that is C2C, consumer to consumer. Okay, so consumer selling to other consumer their products and all, that is called C2C business. What is the first stage in concerns based adoption model? So this is about innovation. Concerns based adoption model. So the first stage in this is awareness, right? A person becomes aware of like some product or some technology or anything, right? So that is the first stage, awareness. Then it leads to information, and then the person asks that how it is relevant. The person evaluates that, right? And finally, that's how it goes. So initially it is awareness. Refocusing is the last one. Which day is observed as National Startup Day? When is National Startup Day observed? It was observed for the very first time recently. That is 16 January. Okay, so what happened? Why is it observed? So on 16 Jan 2016, this Startup India, we discussed that, right? So Startup India was launched on this day. So from 2022, India has started observing 16th January as Startup Day. Which of the following cannot be considered as a trademark of a company? Which of the following cannot be considered as a trademark? Product name, slogan, shape, price. See, name is of course a trademark, right? So if you say Maggie, so only Nestle can name it Maggie, right? Others cannot name it Maggie because that's a trademark. Okay, they will give some alternate name, right? Like you must have heard that Patanjali, right? That gives very similar names to the actual products, but cannot use the same name. Like there is Born Vita, right? So they call it Power Vita. ठीक है, वो नाम same similar बना सकते हैं, but cannot have the exact name. So name is always a trademark. Like slogans are also trademark, right? So if it's a tagline with a product that no one else can use. Okay. Then shape, in some cases, shapes are also trademarks. Okay, like vehicles. Vehicles have a particular shape, right? Like Wagoner, like it is a flat shape, so no other car can have the same shape, right? So there will be some difference in shape and size of the products. Okay, if it is a standard product, that's a different thing. But like things can have trademarks for like company can make trademarks for shape also, right? But price is never a trademark. Okay, people can send, like if a store says that we are selling everything for 99, other can also sell that thing for 99. Okay, same pricing can be done. The practice of funding a company by raising money from a large number of people is called what? Raising money from large number of people. What is that called? So generally in case of trusts, or you take donations from different organizations, right? These are majorly the practices for, let's say if you are uh, running a social business, right? Wherein so that is called crowdfunding. So if you take money from a lot of people to start the business, that is called crowdfunding. Okay. No, IPO is not crowdfunding. IPO is at the last stage of like you raise money, right? Crowdfunding in the beginning stage, and mostly crowdfunding is done for some social businesses. Okay. Multiplier grant scheme is a scheme initiative by which government department. As I said, do read about the government schemes also related to startups in India. Multiplier grants scheme. It's a scheme under which government ministry. Okay, not most of you are answering it incorrect. It is by Electronics and Information Ministry of Electronics and we call it METI, right? So basically, it is for like multiplier grant scheme is for R&D in technological stuff. If we are going for some tech based startup, right? So it is for like it's a kind of government aid by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to do research work in some tech based products. Okay, so that is by Electronics and Information Technology. Okay, so this was a questionnaire on innovation and entrepreneurship, right? We had like multiple sessions related to it, some theory based sessions, some questions on current affairs, right? And this was a mixed bag of session, right? So I wish you all the best for the examination. Right. So, like apart from this, I'm sure you must have read it from different sources. This is not we say that that is the only source that you should read from, and you must have read from some other books and resources as well, right? So just do whatever you can do in that. Let us see if they ask RC again this time. Last year they had asked reading comprehension in this, and there will be questions on current affairs, there will be questions on business awareness. Okay, and like on 9th we have the exam, so all the best for the examination. And I think the admit card is out, someone was announcing. Right, please check if it is out, and make sure that you check your center and reach there on time on the day of examination. Okay, all right, so thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Goodbye.